Las Vegas rocks all around the clock. Las Vegas rocks, 'cause this town never stops. Las Vegas rocks all around the clock, 'cause this town never stops. Las Vegas rocks.
Las Vegas rocks.
It's the Las Vegas Rocks radio show, the show before the show. Join us for a fast-paced hour of celebrity interviews and entertainment news. And now, here's Ron.
For Las Vegas rocks.
Las Vegas rocks.
And welcome to the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. I'm Ron Garrett, your host. And join me along with co-host Tom Hillary as we welcome in studio today. Totally mental star downtown at the Notoriety. Right? You're still there, right?
Still there.
They didn't run you out.
Didn't run me out.
Mr. Vinny Grosso. Vinny Grosso, adding shows. Yeah. He's a magician, comedian, Vegas headliner, and finalist on America's Got Talent.
American Idol.
American Idol. Oh, who wrote AGT? Oh, I did. Finalist on American Idol. You were on AGT. That's where I'm confused.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask you a question, Lou and Vinny, about how was it backstage, but you were in different places. I thought maybe...
Yeah.
Anyway, and the gentleman in the middle, sitting there, he's the Veterans Assistance Specialist Angels and former host of KLAV's Sex and Money Show, Len Connell.
Thank you, Ron.
Hello, Len. Good to have you here.
Good to
also
be here.
on the phone at 15 after, we'll be talking to Jonathan Kurrant. Is it Kurrant or Kurrant?
I'm not sure.
Well, I'll have
I've
to ask him.
Kurrant.
Kurrant? What do you think, Jim? You think it's Kurrant?
I do.
The double R? Is it a double R?
It's, it is.
Kurrant.
Kurrant.
I don't know. We'll make it something fabulous, right?
Karrant. He's probably listening down saying, these guys are idiots.
No,
Right?
it's like my name, Gazzara.
Gazzara. You know, also, at half hour, it's our friend, the Diva, the opera great, now jazz great, Rose Kingsley will be on the phone with us, and I've got a nice cut for Rose here to play. And also at about quarter of the hour, we're going to have a conversation with Arthur Shenker Jr., former president of the Dunes Hotel, because he spoke to Jimmy Hoffa the day before Jimmy disappeared. So, and now Jimmy Hoffa's in the news again. Yeah, it's an active case. It's in the news again. So I'm interested in seeing what he's got to say.
That's what we call a Vegas vacation.
What's that? Being buried?
Jimmy just went somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. They don't say he's dead. What happened to him? He's gone. What do you mean he's gone? You know, he's gone, and I couldn't do nothing about it. Right outside of Goodfellas, by the way. And I couldn't do nothing about it. He's gone. Shout-outs this morning, right? Hello, Ron. Shout-outs this afternoon. I've been waiting all day to do this show, so I still think it's the morning. That might be it. As to my sweetie, she's listening to the show. Tammy, love you, baby. She's out there, as she always is. My biggest fan. Hello to Rob Garrett over Chianti. Who's at Chianti tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I'm not sure who's at Chianti tonight.
Not you.
Not
that's
me.
Yeah, that's
Not me.
that's the first problem. Not you. Jerry Walker up in Reno. My buddy Jerry Walker, Elvis's former bodyguard back in the 70s at the Sahara Tahoe. Marty Carmo, he is the current man about town up there, and he's known for the famous Marty Party. And I have no idea what that is, but I guarantee if you go to one, you're going to have a good time. Marty Party. Barbara Brighton, always out there chasing around, trying to find a gig. She's everywhere again. Give Barbara a job. Come on. Come on.
We need to get her a car so she can drive to the auditions.
She needs to drive. That's right. Yeah. Get her a car. Get her a job. Help Barbara out. We love Barbara. She's so nice. The Italian American Club, we always say hello to Ben and to Angelo and Jimmy and Janine out there. And by the way, those of you who are going to be at the membership meeting on the 2nd of June, I will be the featured speaker.
Very nice.
Right?
Congratulations.
And someone said, what are you going to talk about? I'm talking about me. What do you think I'm going to talk about? I'm going to talk about me. And I'm going to come and talk about Jim Dallas is what I'm going to do.
You want to swing by there tonight? I'm going to go and sing
You're going to go over there
tonight?
tonight? Sing a song?
The show, we'll talk later.
No, I'm working on my script for that. And I have an interesting perspective that I'm going to take. I'm going to talk about immigration. But not the kind that they're talking about today. Okay. A little bit different. This is the Goombas coming over on the boat and how all that. I got a little bit about that. Have some fun with that. I will. Evan Davis. Thank you, Evan, for helping us out. Evan also lets us know what's out and about in town. Janet Conway up in New Jersey. Janet, you still there? Going to go to Florida, have a conversation with some people down there, and get ready to bring our friend Gene Ferrari back to Las Vegas in some show. Neil Portnoy did a great job on his caricature of Rose. That was beautiful. I don't know. Have you been Portnoy yet, Vinny?
No.
You know who Neil Portnoy does the caricatures on the mugs? He's amazing, amazing.
I haven't been Portnoyed yet either.
And not by Neil.
No.
And Aaron Phillips, hey Aaron, how are you doing? And I'll be talking to him. I got a meeting with him on Monday. We're going to have a conversation about a couple of things. Norm Miller, out there in Palm Springs. Hey Norm, good guy. Johnny Scaglione in Costa Rica. Johnny, come home. PJ Gianmaria roaming the desert in his RV, looking for his wife. Now, what? Well, they were separated for a while because of COVID, so.
I thought this had to do with the opening story.
No, it had nothing to do with that.
But
Annabella Giorgione, Gabriella Versace. I just love saying those names.
Right.
How you guys doing? Ann Martinez, hello. Nievi Malandria. Did I get it right? Malandra. Just spoke with her a few minutes ago. She's very busy.
Yes.
So we're working on an appearance for her. She's looking for a June date, to be on the show. Elisa Fiorello tonight at the Bootlegger, the late shift at 10 o'clock. Go for it, Elisa. Lisa Mascari at Hand and Stone. And also Elizabeth Diago at Queens of Rock. And hopefully she'll be on the show next week, along with Roger Velasquez, a Latin Grammy winner. Have you ever heard of him, Lou?
No.
Roger Velasquez. He won a Latin Grammy. It should be an interesting show. He'll be on the phone from Los Angeles. Hopefully you'll be here, too. You can talk with him.
I'll be doing the show.
Oh, that's right. It's not next week, yeah?
Yeah, next weekend.
Hey, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Oh, so you won't be
there.
here.
Right after this I'll be there. It's going to be tight squeeze.
No, it's Sunday, the show. This is Saturday.
Oh, that's right.
You won't be doing the show.
I won't be doing the show.
That's right. You'll be here talking about the show. Okay,
days are such a blur.
Yeah, Nick Allen at the Mosaic and his new show. Jason Allen at the Vegas Room. Say hello to Jason. We also want to recognize
I was going to say free tonight at the
I'm
Vegas
going to get
Room.
there tonight, free at the Vegas Room. To see Jason, by the way, right?
Absolutely.
Is he there tonight?
Yeah.
You got to see it. You got to see it. Piazza Lounge, Tuscany, Chianti, the Mosaic, Bella Vita, Prosecco's, Skyline, Capo, Siena, Notoriety downtown, Alexis Park, Bootlegger and Salud Mexican Restaurant, Monday's Dark at the Space. There's a million things going on. The town is opening up right now.
Yeah.
And we're just totally pleased about that. We are. So, here we are. We're going to be taking a quick break here. We're going to come back and be talking with Vinny and Len and Lou and Tom. But we're going to take a break with Jonathan Kurrant. Or maybe we'll play Jonathan Kurrant. He's going to kill me, right?
Birds flying high.
Here he is, going out to break, and we're going to have him back at 15 after the hour. Just kidding, Jonathan.
You know how I feel. Sun in the sky. You know how I feel. Breeze drifting home by. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. Here's a new love.
Both were prosecutors in the Clark County District Attorney's Office, each with 25 years of experience. One was chief of the Special Victims Unit, the other chief of the Homicide Unit. Both dedicated, both respected. Together, they are Craig Hendricks and Frank Como, the Vegas Dream Team for criminal defense you need in your corner. Call 702-222-9999 or visit VegasDreamTeam.com, a division of DeCastro Verde Law Group.
GTG, BRB, OMW, be there in a few. You may think that these kinds of texts are fine because of their length, and you can easily send them at a stoplight. But no, answering one text can take your attention away from the road for 5 seconds. And traveling at 55 miles an hour, that's enough time to travel the length of a football field. Make good decisions. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Project Yellow Light, Noise, and the Ad Council.
There's no other place like Las Vegas to see.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. I'm your host, Ron Garrett, 670 AM KMZQ. As you can see on Facebook Live, I have three handsome gentlemen and Tom here tonight. Did you hear that, Tom? He didn't hear that. So good. He's gonna cancel the checks.
He's an old guy. He's wearing glasses. He'll get a set that works. Don't worry, people.
Okay. Vinny Grosso.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back to the show.
Always good to be back here.
Glad to have you here. Tell us a little bit about what's going on down at Notoriety.
Notoriety is hopping now.
Is it?
Yeah, there are lots of shows going on. I added Thursdays. I was just doing Friday, Saturday, Sundays. So now Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 9 o'clock, Sunday at 5 o'clock, but the rest of the days at 9 o'clock. But it's we have two showrooms that are just going nonstop.
So you're doing how many shows a week right now?
4.
4.
Yeah.
So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Correct.
All at the same time? I mean, at the same time at night, not at the same time.
Sure. 9 o'clock.
Unless you videotape yourself.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's at 9 o'clock, and Sunday's the
Tell me about Notoriety. Is that working out down there? Are people finding their way in there? Like, the parking's right there.
Yeah.
It's easy to find,
It's
isn't it?
great for locals because there's parking right underneath. You can avoid everything, and the first hour's free, second hour's $3, and then I think it's $2 thereafter. And you just take the elevator straight up to the third floor. They're opening up places in there, like Dick's Last Resort. They had the ribbon cutting last week, but they'll be open in another week. So things are alive down there.
Well, I've been there a lot. I'm not Notoriety. I've been there. I spoke with Joshy, the guy who is the landlord there and runs the place. And just a few years ago, it wasn't a busy place.
No.
And where Notoriety is right now was empty movie theaters.
Right.
And Ken Henderson goes in there from Best Entertainment, and he turned that place around.
It's gorgeous.
And he brought a lot of spark to downtown Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Push my cough button for me, will you, Len? No, I'm only kidding.
I'm kind of afraid to push that one there.
Did you ever see this guy over here? This is Len Connell.
How you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you?
Great.
Len is with the, say the official name, Len.
Let's see. We have Veterans Assistance Angels in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do is that we help disabled United States veterans and their families receive their awards from the VA and from the government, and we help them with all the other programs that the government and the VA handles for their families.
We're going to talk a lot about that, but I want to give a heads up to all the entertainers, producers, venue operators, everybody who listens to this show, the entire 50 million of you. If you're a veteran, listen to what we have to say a little bit later on in the show, as Len will tell you, I'm losing my voice tonight. Len will tell you that you're leaving money on the table because there's plenty of money out there for veterans who may not know that they have it coming.
Exactly. There's money on the table, and guess what? It has your name on it.
It does.
Claim it. Pick
But
it
I
up.
want to talk a little bit more about your radio show, Sex and Money,
Absolutely.
which is, I think, is one of the best titles for a radio show ever. You know, the Sex and Money Show.
We had a good run. We had a 5-year run. We were on.
Problem was, though, Len, you didn't get no sex. You didn't make any money.
I know.
You know, what's that about? How many years were you on?
We were on for 5 years.
Yeah.
And we were on one station at night for 2 years. We were on another station for 3 months. And then we were at the rest for a station. We had the slot from noon to 1 p.m., Monday through Friday. And then we had some auxiliary shows. We had Happy Hour. It's 4 o'clock, Las Vegas. Do you know where your cocktail is?
I was on the show.
Yeah.
Was Tony Sacco with me? Did
Yes.
we both did your show.
Yeah. I had the
Al Jensen was his name. He was
Magic Al.
Yeah, very funny. I see him on Facebook still.
Yeah, he was my entertainment director,
Ah.
and he did a wonderful job. And then we had John Lundquist.
Did you know that you
in
tried to
there.
replace him with me? Did you ever tell him that?
Oh, we kept that kind of secret.
You kept that to yourself? Okay, well, it ain't a secret no more.
The 50 million people listening.
The show, unfortunately, the show never got back on the air again after we were making some changes.
Yeah,
and
and they changed the format of the radio station too. You know, so what they went to
He's
Hispanic
gone.
on one, sports the other.
Yeah, well, it became and Spanish radio is big anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I got to play a song now because we're talking about veterans. And they need money because they have, and you might like this one too, Lou. This is the Child Support Blues.
Oh, yeah.
Done by my buddy Freddie B. And I promised him I like this song. It should be a hit. Let's listen to a little bit of it.
Her skirt was kinda high. The judge looked over his glasses at them thighs and said, "Son, kiss your money goodbye." And then she started to tell the story with water coming down from her eyes. I looked around the courtroom, I declare. Such a cold feeling of impending doom came all up in the room. I had the child.
What do you think, Lou? You going to record that?
No, I'm done with that.
The Child Support Blues. I had 18 years of that, but I didn't mind. I didn't mind. I didn't mind because there wasn't a lot of money back in the day because I'm an old man.
They should call it ex-wife support. It's not really child support. It's the extra money, right?
Well, it all went to a good place.
Yeah.
No matter where it went to the son, no matter what, or the boy, whatever it is, right? You have any? No, you've never been married, Len, right?
I have never been married. I've been lucky that way.
Well, maybe. How about you, Vinny?
I was married, yeah.
Yeah, what happened? No, don't answer the question. You're from Coxsackie, New York, right?
Coxsackie.
Coxsackie. I have a hard time saying that without thinking I'm saying a dirty
Native
word.
American name, right?
Iroquois Indian. Yeah.
Is that right? Is that what it was? The Iroquois. You're not Iroquois. You're Italian.
I'm Italian.
You're Italian. And you go to the Italian American Club at all?
I have been there several times, but I'm not a member there.
So you have been on America's Got Talent.
Yes.
You've been on Penn and Teller.
Yep.
You worked in the Catskills.
I did.
You're the president, or were the president, currently the president, the Society of American Magicians?
I was 10 years ago.
10 years ago. So not currently, obviously.
Not current.
And you're a graduate of Villanova.
I am.
Which is a hell of a good school basketball team.
Great basketball
in mechanical engineering. So how did that make you a magician as a mechanical engineer?
Well, I always wanted to figure out how things worked. And that's why I was interested in magic, and that's why I got into engineering. But my senior design project at Villanova was a levitation. I did a whole theatrical presentation of floating a girl up in the air, and that was my senior design project. And in fact, this semester, I worked with a group of...
Now, how do you do that? Can you tell me? Well, can we give a secret out? Is there a pole behind the curtain that's going up?
There are lots of different ways to do it.
Because I remember
if you sign up for the monthly subscription.
Yeah, thank you, Lou. I need Lou as
I had a magician. I'm not going to say who it is. When I was running the Golden River Hotel Casino in Laughlin, and it wasn't an expensive show because whenever we did the levitation, you could hear the gasoline engine starting to run the forklift. So it was a little bit.
Never heard of the propane forklift?
The propane, kind of a, we got to do a magic trick now. Did you have everything like that ever happen to you?
I've certainly had my share of mishaps, but not. That should be avoided in the beginning. I mean, that's just poor planning.
Now, we're talking about Len and the veterans, but you went to overseas. You did a couple of tours, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
As an entertainer?
Through Armed Forces Entertainment, through the Pentagon.
Tell us about it a little bit.
It was fantastic. I'll tell you this. I mean, I have so many relatives that are military, academy graduates, etc. And I did this back, it was like in 2001 when everything kind of started. I was like, I need to do something to give back. But it took until about 2005 when I actually went on a tour, and I wanted to basically say thank you for what they were doing because I did not serve.
Where'd you go?
What's that?
Where did you go?
I went throughout Europe and also the Caribbean. So I did Guantanamo Bay. It was probably
Is that the Guantanamo?
highlight,
Is that the Caribbean?
Yeah, it's technically it's in the Caribbean. So they have the different.
Come get away, Guantanamo Bay.
Guantanamo Bay was. I mean, it was scary getting off the plane just because of the situation. Because they had joint task force. They had the people that live there, et cetera. But once there, it was fantastic.
Who were you entertaining? The troops or the people in jail? Which one was it?
Just the troops.
Just the troops. They didn't bring all those guys out of jail and line them up?
No. But some interesting conversations after the show with folks that were taking care of that side of the island.
Yeah. So was there a lot of people still in there?
Yeah. I mean, this is back in 2000.
Have they emptied that out yet?
There, I guess, are plans to do. I guess it depends on which administration. Back and forth, there's always talks of getting rid of it. But there should be a place for the most horrible criminals, right? War crimes and all this other stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, but if
it's not there, it'll be somewhere else,
somewhere
right?
else, yeah. Who knows? As long as it's not Area 51 or somewhere.
Area 15.
Or Area 15. Well, that's an interesting place, by the way, that area.
I haven't been yet. I want to go.
Have you been there? Tom? Yes. Tom over here on the end there. You got some... a little bit, not yet, but you got some talk about the Golden Globes?
Yes, I do.
Because we're going to get ready for... I'm waiting for Jonathan Kurrant to call. He hasn't called. Maybe he's mad because I didn't get his name right. No, I'm only kidding. We're waiting for him to call. I just reminded him. And he's got a new album that's coming out. He appeared on a couple of shows this week. And he's pushing his new album. He's getting it out there. It's called... What's the name of the cut on there? Shadows Fall? Shadows Fall, Jonathan Kurrant's new album. Yeah. No, we're going to wait for him to call. Well, let's wait for him a little bit. See, he's probably a little bit busier in rehearsal. He'll be calling in just a minute. Len Connell, we'll come back to you for a second. From New Haven, Connecticut.
Oh, birthplace. Yeah.
However, you went to Ramona High in Riverside, right?
That's right. I was Ramona Ram.
And you lived in France for a while?
I lived in France for 2 years.
Tell us about France.
Oh, it was beautiful. I lived in Paris for 6 months, and then I went to this little country town called Poitiers, and I lived in Bordeaux where all the wine was. Bordeaux. And so anyway, I learned how to speak fluent French. I lived kind of by the boondocks. All the beautiful French women wanted to date me. The guy that ran the study center felt sorry for me. So my job was to interview beautiful French women to determine how honestly interested they were about getting a scholarship to study in America.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Those were great dates. I mean, I had to find out how serious they were. So we had to have a lot of dates and determine.
2 years. Did you learn French?
I did. I learned. I even learned how to cuss in French.
No, don't. Also, you were a reporter for Nancy Grace.
That's correct. I was on the Nancy Grace show for 2 years. I was the roving Las Vegas on-the-spot crime reporter, and she used to go, "Lan, what's going on in Las Vegas?" And then I would go right.
Were you on video with her on TV?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
What was she on? Headline News at the time?
She was on finishing up at HLN. So we had Time Warner were our producers, and then HLN was her. And so what she would do is she'd call me up like 90 minutes before the show was going to start and say, "Lan, you're going to be on in 90 minutes. I'll send you the 50 pages of information I want you to learn," So we would get on there, and I would have to basically cue up fact by fact what happened in the crime. So I had, one guy that hired a guy to bump his wife off. I had another guy. I had a guy who was 5'2", weighed 105 pounds, and he threw his 5'8", 300-pound wife through the garbage trash stall of.
Oh my goodness!
And it was interesting because he had to pick her up and hold her 5 feet up to put her through the garbage chute, and all the people were trying to find out how he did that. So. It was interesting, and the interesting about being on like a Nancy Grace show or a talking head show is that once you say something, they have a talking head on one side and a talking head on the other side of the argument. They hit you like a pit bull. It's like Tuesday at 8 a.m. No, it wasn't Tuesday. It was like that. So you always have to wait for the other shoe to drop. But Nancy was a very good host, and we had a lot of fun together.
That's great, Lou. Len,
Len,
Vinny, and Tom. Do we have Jonathan on the phone now?
He said Kurrant.
Oh, okay. I was just put him on the phone for me. I won't say Kurrant again. Kurrant. Sorry.
How are you doing?
Jonathan, I'm just kidding around with you. I have a piece of that. What is it? A minute and a half. It's the album trailer that I want to play. Is that all right?
That's just fine.
Yeah, we'll play that and we'll talk about it. But this is your a trailer of your new album, Shadows Fall. Let's listen to that for a minute, Jonathan.
All right.
My romance, it don't need a thing but you. My romance don't need a moon in the sky. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. I'll live a less life in some small dime.
There's a few snippets of the new album, Jonathan. Tell us about it.
Well, I'm pleased to say that it came in number 4 on the iTunes Jazz charts, and it is currently, I think, number 2 on the American Community Radio chart. It's a collaboration with a good friend of mine and pianist out of California, Joshua White, and we've worked a lot together. I've probably worked with him more than any pianist I've worked with. So the songs that we selected are, great American standards, some older, and then we took some that were not typically heard in the jazz genre, like a Tina Turner song and a James Taylor song, Macy Gray, and we mixed those in, and it kind of reflects our musical friendship, myself and Joshua's, and it's kind of in the vein of like the Tony Bennett, Bill Evans albums and things like that. So it's a sweet project, and it's very heartfelt and still has some playful moments. So I'm happy that it's been released, because I've kind of been sitting on it for a while.
Did you have an event last night?
No, I did not.
Is there one tonight? Or was it next week?
No, they're next week. We're doing 2 album release shows at the Summerlin Library Theater on May 27th and 28th, and they're.
And you come out with Joshua, and you're going to do all the songs from your album, or are you just going to tease us with it?
No, we're going to do the album, and maybe a couple more.
Okay.
And it's at the Summerlin Library Theater, and there's tickets available on my website, and we're looking forward to celebrating, and we'll probably do some sort of little after party too, but that'll be announced there.
Tell us your website so those people can buy tickets.
It's JonathanKurrant.com, which is JonathanKarrant.
And you're from Fort Smith. And you're from Fort Smith. And you're from Fort
at the door. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying you're from Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Born and raised.
Yeah. How'd you get out to Vegas, Jonathan?
Well, a college professor there in Arkansas. Actually, I'd been living in New York, and I went home for a while, and he told me, "Why don't you go hit Vegas? I think that's where you should be." So.
How long have you been here now?
Well, I came for about a year, and then I ended up in California for about 6 years, but I've been back here, I think, for 4 or 5 years now.
Well, you're very popular here in Las Vegas. I've heard about you. I've seen you. I've seen you. I didn't say nothing. I sat there and enjoyed your show. And you're very popular. People like you. Everybody likes you. You know Lou Gazzara?
Yes.
Lou's here right now. Say hello, Lou.
Jonathan's an amazing talent. Hey, John.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, I have Lou right here in the studio with me.
Awesome.
Now, you hit the jazz charts with an album called On and On.
Yes, I did.
And you think that this album should get up there too, right? But it would be not on the jazz charts, though, would it?
This one, yeah.
Yeah?
It would be.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to play... we already did. We played him earlier. Did you see I played for you Feeling Good earlier in the show?
Yeah.
I did that cut for you. Did you do that at the Smith Center?
Yes, it was recorded live. That whole album was at the Smith Center in the Myron's Cabaret Jazz Room.
Now, when you were young in Fort Smith, I read your bio, so this is where this came from. You worked on a farm, and then you sang in the barn. Now,
I sang everywhere, in the living room, in the barn, everywhere.
And your mother taught ballet as well, your mother Nancy.
Yes, she did.
So you can tell I looked at your Facebook page.
Yeah. danced with the company there, and then she also taught. So I grew up being, they were always in need of a male figure. So I stepped in when I could and did kind of movement for them or lifted some girls, things like that.
Very nice.
The Hay Bale Ballet.
The Hay Bale Ballet, yeah.
That's funny you mentioned the farm there.
So tell us once again, next week you're going to be having the 2 shows, Friday and Saturday?
No, it's Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
I got to do better homework.
May 27th and May 28th, and the doors open at 7 and the show's at 7:30 at the Summerlin Library Theater.
That's a beautiful place, too.
Yeah, it's great that the libraries, and a lot of them here in Vegas, have these great performing arts centers attached to them.
I think, Lou, you did a couple of...
We've done things like that.
Yeah.
Down in Henderson, I know Sun City. We did Spirit of 45, which is a big fundraiser for veterans again a couple years back. But now that's gone. The Henderson Pavilion has been erased and changed. But great venues.
Jonathan, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate it. We'll play more of your music tonight, and we look forward to seeing you out there and getting to the clubs again. I'm glad we're all going back to work.
Right.
Okay, appreciate it.
Right.
Thank you so much.
You.
Have
Thank
a good
you.
day. Jonathan Kurrant.
Yes.
A very nice guy, huh?
Super cool.
Yeah, but I got all my dates wrong. I need to write that down and stop trying to remember it. Len, you always write that stuff down when you...
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm glad you brought that up because Nancy Grace, I'm going to give you a little story if I could for around a second.
Yeah, and I've got Rose on the phone waiting. She'll be right. No, go ahead.
Okay. Nancy used to try to trip me up on the air. Okay? So she would come up with some real off-the-wall questions. So if a guy killed his wife and we're doing the murder, she would ask me a question like, what did they call each other in the 4th grade? And that was somewhere buried in the information she gave me. So you're on TV, people are looking at you, you got 2 people screaming at you. So I had to go, Nancy, you know what? In Vegas, we've been knocking ourselves against the wall trying to find that out because it's so important about how people talk to each other when they're in the 4th grade. He used to call her Buttercup and she used to call him Squid, like that. And I used to have all these index cards, flipping through them off the air going, oh my God, I hope I find the darn thing, But it became a game with us. And when I beat her at it, she would give me 15 more minutes on CNN. So it got to the point where she put me on the whole hour. But she had a couple of little quirky things like giving you 50 pages of notes on the show and then making sure New York called me up at 5 o'clock to quiz me on all the stuff. And some of the questions in there had nothing to do. They were trick questions. And I would go, excuse me, Nancy, that's a trick question. Good. You caught that one, So she would play that stuff. And when you're on the air and you're, waiting for someone under that time, the last thing you want to do is go, like that. So anyway, I'm going to get back to you and let's bring in our phone person.
Okay, sure. Lou?
Hold on, let me get it in my cards here real quick.
Yeah, get it. Yeah, what do you got?
Okay, fumbling around with the cards,
Yeah, somewhere in there. Let's bring Rose on. Hello, sweetheart.
Hello.
There she is, Rose
Hello. How are
Kingsley,
you
everybody.
guys?
Also going to be appearing where Jonathan just told us he's going to be next Thursday and Friday. Did I get that right this time?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. She's going to be at the same place, the Summerlin Theater for the Performing Arts. The Summerlin Library Theater.
I am, and it's a great show. It's going to be a tribute to the Great American Songbook. You know songs like Autumn Leaves and Old Black Magic and Blues in the Night, and we've got a heck of a sax player.
Yeah, who's that?
Yeah.
Sid the Kid the Man.
Kid the Man.
He is a good sax player.
And I also have a Devo that's going to be with me.
A Devo.
I think he's sitting there.
He's right here in the studio.
Right here.
Devo Lou. He's going to do the opening for you at the show.
It's going to be, and we'll have our quartet, jazz quartet, and it's really going to be dynamite night. So, and you know what? Tickets are really starting to sell. So you better get your tickets.
Tell them where to buy them. Where can they get those tickets?
You can get tickets at rosekingsley.com.
There you go.
Or 760-636-0008.
All right. I have a cut here, Rose, of to play right now. And this is from your Sinatra Mercer. And this is Richard Shelton along with you and Old Black Magic. Let's listen to it.
Old Black Magic has him in his bed. Oh, magic on you so well. I set fingers up and down my spine. Tell witchcraft when your eyes meet mine. Same old tingle that I feel inside. Then that elevator starts its ride. Down, down I go. On the ground I go. Like a leaf caught in a tide.
But she must have cool wind in her hair. Life without care. She's broke, but it's over.
So when did you do that one, Rose? When was that?
That was a sold-out performance at my old home, which is called Lincoln Center.
Wow.
And it was my first time back at Lincoln Center, but not as a Metropolitan Opera diva, but as a jazz and pop singer. And it was cool being back there. Richard is a major star in Britain, and he does a heck of a... He's an actor, but he also sings Sinatra naturally, and he's phenomenal.
Sounded
we had
good.
a sold-out show. It was fabulous.
I'm glad to hear you selling tickets. And one more thing before I let you go. I understand that now there's going to be a book about your life.
Absolutely. Yes, about
that
my
just
very
took place, did it?
intriguing life. My three genres as a ballerina, as a major opera singer, as in a new genre in jazz and pop, and as an astronaut.
Wow. Now you have to think of a title for that book now.
Oh, we got one. It's
Do
called
you?
The Diva and the Astronaut.
Diva and the Astronaut. All right. I'm glad to hear that. A new book in the works.
Yep.
That sounds like a lot of fun, Rose. I appreciate you
Oh,
being
it
on the
is.
show.
It is, and I'll see you next week.
Yep. We'll see you next week. We'll all be at the Italian American Club, and there may be a surprise there.
Yep.
Okay.
And give everyone there a big hug for me.
You going there tonight, Lou?
I'm going to go over there tonight.
He's going there tonight. He's going to
Hi,
do that.
Lou. Hi, Lou.
Hi, Rose. How are you?
All I ask for is one love. Yes, one lifetime.
Say you lead me from the solitude.
Say you'll lead me with you now and always.
Go ahead, Lou.
Anywhere you go, let me go too.
Yeah, that's going to be a big surprise in our
We
show.
got a little operetta going here. I love it.
Yeah, it's from Phantom, and we're
from
going to
Phantom.
do that, too.
Did you do Phantom, Lou?
I never did the Phantom of the Opera. I've done some of the
Yeah.
music before, and I was a big Michael Crawford fan, the original Phantom.
Well, we're going to thank you, Rose, for being on.
All right.
We'll see you
So
soon.
See you all soon.
Love your music,
Okay,
and
love
looking
you
forward to
guys.
the show on June the 16th at the Summerlin Theater, Library Theater for the Performing Arts. Get the whole thing right.
That's right.
Thank
all
you.
right.
Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, we're going to take a break right now. We're going to come back and talk with Lou and Len and Vinny and Tom. And is Arthur on the phone already? Yeah, he's on the phone waiting for us. Hang in there, Arthur. We'll be with you in just a few.
For dinner at 8. She loves at the theater, and she never come in here late. She'd never bother with anyone she'd hate. That's why the lady is a tramp. Doesn't dig dice games with barons and earls. Never goes to a party dressed in ermine and pearls. Will not dish the dirt with the rest of those girls. That's why the lady is a tramp.
If you came across a child struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? By their clothes, their age, the way they speak? Would you recognize a 13-year-old boy who gets into fights at school?
Not because he's a boy, but because he's hungry.
Or a 2-year-old girl who cries all night?
Not because she's sick, but because she went to bed without enough to eat.
Or maybe a 9-year-old boy who hopes a friend invites him to a sleepover?
Not for fun, just so we can have dinner.
Or a 15-year-old girl who goes for walks over lunch?
So her friends won't know she doesn't have anything to eat?
I am the 1 in 7 American children who struggle with hunger. Kids you pass by every day, but never knew were hungry. I am Child Hunger in America.
Hunger can be hard to recognize. Learn why at IamHungerInAmerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
More lawyer, less fee.
I'm attorney Paul Powell. Have you been injured in a crash? Do you want to win your case? Do you want the insurance companies saying,
It's Paul Powell!
Of course you do. I've spent almost 20 years helping injury victims get paid, and I for sure can help you.
If you're tired of greedy lawyers, call 728-5500 or go to paulpowell.com.
I really can help.
Paul Powell. More lawyer, less fee.
Some restrictions apply. COVID-19 has killed more people in 8 months than flu has in 5 years. But now there's hope. A COVID-19 vaccine is the tool we need to protect us. Clinical trials have shown the vaccine to be safe and effective. If enough Nevadans get vaccinated, we can restore community life. We can end this pandemic, but it will take all of us. Get the facts. Join the fight at nvcovidfighter.org. This message sponsored by Immunize Nevada, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. AM 670 KMZQ, I'm Ron Garrett, along with Vinny Grosso, Len Connell, Lou Gazzara, and Tom Hillary, all here in studio. And I'm going to bring Arthur in right now, even though we're going to talk to Vinny. Hey, Arthur, you out there?
I am here.
Okay, well, stick around. Just listen for a minute, because Vinny Grosso is going to do a little bit of mental magic with us. Okay, Vinny?
All right.
And so Arthur's on the phone. Can he participate?
Yeah, Arthur can participate.
Arthur, you can participate in this illusion or magic trick we're about to do, okay?
I'm going to hand Ron a piece of paper. He's going to hold on to it.
I have a piece of
up.
paper. Everybody on Facebook Live, there you go. See?
And I have my calculator here. Ron, we're going to... This is just a thing. Like, the different... You've had some psychic people on the show
Yes,
before.
Mystic Mona.
Yeah, and people confuse magicians often with psychics. And they couldn't be more different, because a psychic has it really easy, because they just say something random, and everybody else, the audience, makes sense of it. But if I were to say something random, you'd be like, no, that's nothing. That didn't mean anything, right? So I'm going to prove I'm going to prove what I'm saying here. I'm going to get a random number. Give me a number from 1 to 50, Ron.
Number 1 to 50?
Yeah.
28.
28. So you see me putting 28 in.
28, putting it on his phone.
All right. Can I get another number from 1 to 50?
From Len.
42.
42. Okay.
28 and 42.
And Lou, can I get a number from 1 to 50?
19.
19. Tom, a number from 1 to 50?
God, you stole my number, Lou. 35.
35. 1, 2.
And Arthur.
3, 4. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's. Can I get a number from 1 to 50?
Jim.
Yeah, sure. 33.
33 for Jim.
So what do we have? 1, 2,
I've got 1,
3,
2,
4,
3, 4,
All right,
5.
Arthur,
and Arthur on the phone.
Could I just get a number from 1 to 15, because we're getting a huge number here?
1 to 15, Arthur.
12.
12.
And 12. Okay.
All right. And then when I hit equals here, can you tell me what that number is?
It
I was
equals
just doing all sorts
171,415. 171,415 and 124.
Yeah.
Is that right? No, that's 171 million.
Yes.
415,124.
Right.
Yeah.
Open up that piece of paper.
Open up this piece of paper.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What?
171,000. Can everybody see it here?
Million.
171,415,124.
But Ron, that's not the best part. The best part is I have like a little web address on the bottom there, vinnygrosso.com.
vinnygrosso.com and notoriety.
/notoriety.
Yeah.
And people listening can go to that, VINNYGROSSO.com/notoriety. And if you go to that page, this is the web page right here.
Uh-huh.
And if you scroll down on the page, there's all sorts of merch that you can buy from my show, but then there's like this blank area. But then it goes further, and I have a picture, and it says, above the picture, it says, disclaimer, Vinny had powers to see into the future. This lottery ticket would have made him rich. And do you see that lottery, the picture of that lottery ticket there?
I do.
Can you tell the numbers?
I can see the numbers, yeah.
All right, read the numbers, one at a time.
19.
19. Did someone say 19 here?
They did.
Lou did.
28.
Anybody say 28?
That was him, I believe.
Ron, that was
I
you?
did.
Yep.
Yeah.
33 was Jim.
Yeah.
35 was
Tom. And the mega plier at the end?
12.
Which was Arthur's.
Arthur. Everybody see that?
All 6 numbers right there on my lotto.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, Arthur, you just didn't win the lottery, but the numbers were there.
Yeah,
I don't know, but let's build a hotel.
Yeah, let's build a hotel. You got that right. And give these guys some work.
So thank you guys for making me lose the lottery. I appreciate it.
I don't want to ask you a question, how'd you do that? But that is quite remarkable, Vinny.
Yeah,
you got 5 guys in here and a guy in St. Louis on the phone. They throw out numbers, and it comes up to the number you wrote down.
Yeah.
Woo, woo.
Amazing.
If you are in Las Vegas and you would like to see more of that stuff, there is a ton of it.
Where do they go?
They can go to totallymental.info/TIX to get tickets. And if you use the code LOCAL or locals, it's $15 off a ticket for Las Vegas
That was
residents.
amazing.
Yeah.
Arthur Shenker Jr., former president of the Dunes Hotel Casino here in Las Vegas, back in the day. How are you, sir?
Oh, I am really good. Boy, we sure could have used him around in those days.
You could have. He would have been great out there on the roulette wheel.
Yeah, I say I'm a magician, not a miracle worker.
Yeah. The reason why I asked you to call in today, Arthur, one, we want to hear a little bit about smart recovery, but also Jimmy Hoffa has been in the news lately, and we're trying to decide where he's buried. Now they're saying he's in a golf course someplace in the South. I believe it was Georgia or Florida. Do you remember? I don't. One of those. On the 12th hole. And they know that because everybody stops in that hole and relieves themselves on his grave, apparently. And this is on the news. They're talking just like this. I think they use the other words. And also the one that I think is probably more likely is the oil barrel in New Jersey in a former junkyard. How say you? Didn't you speak with him, or your dad spoke with him the night before he disappeared?
Well, this is the 46-year-old mystery, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
We both spoke to him the night before he disappeared.
What'd you say? Bye? How'd you say? Goodbye, Jimmy? Did you know anything?
Safe trip?
Well,
Safe trip?
The only thing we knew was who he was supposed to meet with and why. And he wanted to run for union office again and be president of the union. And he wanted to make amends. He and Tony Provenzano were supposed to make amends to each other and kind of clear the way for him to run for office. The only thing was Tony Provenzano was nowhere to be seen, and of course Jimmy Hoffa disappeared. And my father really kind of thought that was a dangerous meeting for him to go to begin with.
Did he suggest him not go?
Well, my father really thought he was in total danger. My father asked if he should be there to go with him. And he said he didn't think that was necessary. I know my father would have been on the next plane out to Detroit if Hoffa wanted him to be there.
Let's back up a minute. So what we're saying here is that your father could have been with him at that meeting in out there in Detroit, north near Pontiac, I think it was, or Bloomfield Hills.
Been.
He could have been there.
He could have been there.
Do you think if he was, it would have changed the situation? Maybe.
Probably not.
Probably not. Well, that wouldn't have been good news.
What it would have changed is my father would have probably been gone too.
Well, that's what I meant. That would have been wouldn't have been good news.
So that would not have been good. But in the meantime, you've got so many different theories, and you've got like two people that are really kind of know the underworld. One is Dan Modea, who's been studying him since the mid-'70s, did the book The Hoffa Wars, and who thinks that he was put into a drum, 55-gallon or 50-gallon drum, and put into in Jersey City and put into the Moscato Brothers dump.
Yeah.
And buried. You've got Scott Bernstein, who works with the Detroit Press, is probably one of the foremost people on the mob in Detroit, who is the theory that he's not there, he's somewhere else, which is recent. And, and let's put it this way, if you wouldn't go with Vegas odds, for each one of the individuals, it's a 50-50. He's either going to be in the drum or not. So that's going to be his odd.
Well, recently they did a scan with a metal detector device that showed.
And they found oil barrels
down there.
Doesn't mean there's anybody inside of them. They found a lot of them.
What are they waiting for? Why not dig that up?
I can't tell you that. I don't know. I think
EPA.
they're waiting to do. I think they're waiting to do a
EPA,
Rivera,
right?
Possibly.
Geraldo Rivera expose.
Oh yeah, right. It'd be an empty safe again.
Right, exactly.
You know,
and
Al
then-
Capone's. Who was it? Bugsy Siegel's safe, was it?
Al Capone.
Al Capone's safe,
in
yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah,
Totally empty.
It was Al Capone's.
Bugsy's safe was empty too when they found it at the Flamingo.
Yeah.
By the way.
So there's
they
a
got it killed.
50-50 chance when they go there to dig. They're either going to find them or they're not. The other one is if they go to Georgia or into the Detroit area, they're either going to find them or they're not. If you really want to, so they both could be, each one could be correct, but they could both be wrong. And then there's the third one that, you know what?
Vinny, where is it?
Can never be found, and that he was probably cremated.
Well, let's ask the mentalist here, the anti-mentalist. Where is he? We don't know. Real fast, Arthur, tell us about Smart Recovery. Then we have to talk with Len over here, and he's going to give some information for veterans to keep to make some money. So, tell us about Smart Recovery, your passion.
Self-management and recovery training. Yeah, it's a big issue with the opiate crisis going on. We're a cognitive-based recovery peer support group. 501c3. We have a couple of different treatment centers in Las Vegas that are using Smart Recovery. One is Vogue Recovery Center, and the other is Crossroads. And you can always look up to find a meeting if you want to see what that's like in Las Vegas. Rick Kaplinski is one of our main facilitators there. And just a real quick shout-out for one other thing. My son Morris and his girlfriend bring forth the grandchild.
All right. Arthur, thank you so much. How's everything in St. Louis these days?
Well, it's getting hot and starting to get humid. And hopefully, with everything opening up, I know Vegas is going to come back strong, and hoping to get out there soon. And when I do, we will go together to see Vinny and see what he can come up for with us.
And maybe
if he can mentally make us sound again.
That'd be great. Arthur Shenker Jr. from St. Louis on the phone, former president of the Dunes Hotel. And it's just incredible to me, Arthur, that you spoke with Jimmy Hoffa the day before he disappeared. It's amazing.
The night
before. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Take care, my friend.
We're going to take a break now, and we're going to come back and talk about the veterans.
Very good.
This is Dua Lipa. This is for you, Tammy.
Oh, when you're looking at the sun. Not a fool. No, you're not fooling anyone.
I'm attorney Paul Powell. Have you been injured in a crash? Do you want to win your case? Do you want the insurance companies saying,
It's Paul Powell!
Of course you do. I've spent almost 20 years helping injury victims get paid, and I for sure can help you.
If you're tired of greedy lawyers, call 728-5500 or go to paulpowell.com.
I really can help.
Paul Powell. More lawyer, less fee.
Some restrictions apply. COVID-19 has killed more people in 8 months than flu has in 5 years. But now there's hope. A COVID-19 vaccine is the tool we need to protect us. Clinical trials have shown the vaccine to be safe and effective. If enough Nevadans get vaccinated, we can restore community life. We can end this pandemic, but it will take all of us. Get the facts. Join the fight at nvcovidfighter.org. This message sponsored by Immunize Nevada, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.
The summer is almost here, and so is the Las Vegas heat. Are you ready for summer? Most importantly, is your air conditioner ready? Home Air Conditioning, locally owned and operated in the Las Vegas Valley, can save you money and keep you cool all summer. Schedule your $59 maintenance and safety inspection to keep your AC running all summer long. Call Danny at 702-878-8367 to schedule your appointment today. Turn to the experts at Home Air Conditioning, license number 51994.
Afraid that price for your new air conditioning unit was too high? Afraid that repair price on your AC unit was too much? Sticker shock. Sticker shock.
Sticker shock.
Home Air Conditioning, your cure for sticker shock. Call Home Air Conditioning for free second pricing on your new air conditioning unit or AC repair. Home Air Conditioning voted the friendliest AC company in the Valley. Call Danny for your free second pricing. 702-878-8367. Online at homeairlv.com. License number 51994.
And we're back on the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. I'm Ron Garrett, along with Lou Gazzara, Tom Hillary, Len Connell, and Vinny Grosso. Vinny, that was a great trick. Thank you so much, Jonathan Kurrant. Thank you so much, Rose Kingsley and Arthur Shenker Jr. for being on the phone. But Len, let's get some money for the veterans.
The veterans. Now,
and I'm also going to invite you back for next week.
Oh, great. That'd be fantastic.
In studio.
Okay.
Okay.
We can talk some more
and
about
we
it.
can talk some more about it, because I just had 4 cancellations, so I'm going to need you.
Beautiful. No, that's okay. We'll do it.
Go ahead.
Hey, there are 18 million veterans in the United States, and if you put their families together, you get around 50 million people. The government veterans, especially entertainers who are veterans who are having a problem right now, making ends meet, earning a living, whatever else, the government has been putting money aside for you in your name that you earned through your service, the time you spent and the risks you took. Almost 98% of all veterans are disabled, whether it's ringing in the ears, PTSD, hip and joint problems, whatever else. You can earn up to $3,600 a month tax-free for the rest of your life, for yourself and your family. If you die, your wife gets half. Your kids go to college for free. They get free insurance. The list goes on. So I know I don't have a lot of time. Don't be bashful about claiming these benefits. It's not charity. It's not a handout. It's not pity. If you want to find out more about it, call my office, RLC Veterans Assistance Angels at 702-473-0410.
And you're going to help me out, right? Cause,
absolutely.
50, 60 years ago, I was standing behind jet planes.
Yes, sir. But you worked on jets.
I did. I have ringing in my ears, and I've had it all my life.
Yeah. And you know how you get the award? You go to the VA and you say, I've got ringing in the ears, and they give it to you. And also Tom's mother, who was in the military, we corrected some forms to help her get some.
I used some CBD on it, though.
Oh yeah.
That kind of worked, actually.
You just got to remember when you talk to your advocate,
CBD oil, Lou.
And and there's a lot of other benefits too. You can get a no interest loan from the VA. You can get money to start a business. You can get free college tuition for your kids. All kinds of stuff like that. There's a lot to talk about, and I don't want to get in the deep brush. But once again, 702-473-0410. All of my staff are disabled United States veterans. We're on the Boulder Highway in Henderson. And if you want to hear more about it on the website, www.rlcvet.com or www.myveteransangels.org.
You promise to come back next week?
Absolutely, sir. It would be an honor.
Okay, so we'll give you a little more time. I had a very busy show today.
I know, and thank you for your service, too.
Oh, thank you. Hey, Tom?
Yes?
As we listen to Tony Sakis sing us off here.
As we listen to Tony Sakis sing us off. Okay, according to the Hollywood...
No Golden Globes?
No Golden Globe. According to the Hollywood Reporter, NBC has decided they don't even want to broadcast the Golden Globes next year. So that's going to be the end of that. They're complaining about outrageous behavior like reporters asking for selfies with talent. They however, have nothing to say about the studios giving gifts and travel to reporters. Go figure.
Wow. Lou, you're coming up next week on the 30th. We'll be there to see you.
May 30th, Memorial Day weekend.
That's
We're going to kick the summer off with a big concert.
Play some more of your music next week.
We've got some amazing talent.
Vinny, notoriety, one more time.
All right. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 9 p.m., Sundays at 5.
What's that phone number, Len?
702-473-0410. Give us a call.
Thank you for listening to the Las Vegas Rocks radio show. Our mission is to get everybody back to work, and apparently it's working. So we're going to keep the party going. We're going to stay positive, creative, and optimistic every single week. Las Vegas is going to make a strong comeback. It's the new Vegas, as we've been saying. Lots and lots of changes out there. Some good, not so good. Some not so good. But you know what? If all those rooms are empty, that means they need to be filled. So everybody's going to be back in there, maybe a different venue, different show, different costume, different song, different producers. Doesn't matter. You'll be back to work like everybody else because those rooms will open again. Thanks to studio producer Jim Dallas, Tammy Murley at home. Tiffany T will be here on June 12th to say hello. And, of course, a tip of the hat to Las Vegas Entertainment Ambassador Tony Sacca. Thank you, Tony. Las Vegas still rocks.
Vegas now.